हाय गाइस। आज हम कवर करने वाले हैं इंट्रोडक्शन टू वर्चुअल लैन एंड वीलैन। देन ए वर्चुअल local area network is the group of network and nodes of this us and compilation network devices and services that connected to local meant we uh, also computer and use the communication and the solution virtual environment are the throughout the existence and physically LAN us segment and the single broadcasting VLAN provided the scalability in user network management security and this association network. The goals of VLANs is the growth and into VLANs so that their traffic stay inside the VLAN. Now, if broadcasting domain is this group of the computer of network devices that is receive and frames of outgoing devices and when we growth of the expansion that in chip device and routing defaulty and up to broadcast domain. The then open the zero switch and that now confusion and introduction of the VLAN. In this about the diagram, in this about of the diagram, VLANs and created normally VLAN to which is the cells uh, and that same switches of this there are the virtual spreading and the user VLANs can be access the communication to other user with the same VLAN what they are connected to access HR to user and VLAN 3 and here to single broadcasting speed and the two similar broadcasting. Now there are two types of VLANs, numbers of static VLAN of the dynamic VLAN that configure you the topology of the following status. In this PC1 and IP address this 192.6.8.10.2 and same IP address one provide the HR system cells and cells and second floor and HR and cells that now configure when created and the first of VLAN global configuration promoting and changing to config VLANs and promote to continue created features of VLAN continue to use and same as a perfect things. To the following and configuration promote to the showing the create VLAN 2 and 3 assign name and HR and cells responsibility that open switches. Then now going this CLI mode, this portion open not in join that enable mode, configure mode, config T that use command configure T now exit and configure VLAN, config T that configure T and I am configure VLAN 2 now name is HR and also configure VLAN 3 This configuration cells. Name is cells. Now exit. When created the first VLAN and global configuration done with activity part 2. Now exit configure mode and we interface VLAN. VLAN 2. Now also interface interface VLAN 3. Interface VLAN 3 setup has been done. The by default in the interface status, now new created VLANs with the down to top the VLAN interface. We needed to enter the interface that we VLAN and execute on the no shutdown command. In most of this switching and no shutdown command is necessary, not necessary. And second step which and verify the VLAN and database by execute is show VLAN and offering command. Now exit exit show VLAN offering. Now has been showing the created VLAN database is not stored in the running configuration. It the running configuration is set up in configuration file the nvram included the it will compression finish memory and under VLAN data file. This file is HRN active and cells and active. Now we talk in it that configure again we uh, showing flash. Now command use showing flash. Flash. Now two types VLAN data and VLAN with this. This means that even in setup configuration, a race of the router and receive that config mode, config T, now also configure VLAN 2 into that name training training VLAN 2 name training that configure VLAN training and VLAN 3. Now name cells exit uh, exit and do sh flash flash. That this means that about the setup configuration and race of the routers we reloaded that VLAN will be still rename to the delete VLANs and use the no VLAN command and delete VLAN Command over the delete VLAN data files and by use the follow command. The follow command to delete VLANs that now exit delete delete sh flash column VLAN.dat delete, then enter question mark. Okay, confirm, then finish. Okay, sure. In this VLAN and file delete and created VLAN get deleted. That any assign switch and port VLAN. Important port point is be noted to assign to port VLANs. By default, allow the part in the switches assigned to VLAN 1. And VLAN 1 is the also cancel negativity VLAN. VLANs can be assigned to included and switching the port and reaching port, and VLAN can be static and dynamic assigned to port. And port is switching the VLAN activity only. The file name assigned to port of the part is the native and VLAN 1. In case an static VLAN assigned to switches of the port and uh, an administrator and should be configured and assigned to VLAN port. This does not modify unless the administrator manually remove. Then again config and again then configure interface VLAN 1 is interface 01 that switch port mode access. Switch port mode access and VLAN mode access then VLAN 2. Right. Okay, sure. That mode access VLAN 2. Now done. LAN port and the interface VLAN 2 and created a setup to up. Then interface 0/2. Now switches if want to VLAN 1 mode trunking port 2 and interface first 0. Okay, now exit and the interface first 0/2. Yeah, right. Now exit, we will command you the exit and then configure again. So interface VLAN 2 and switch mode access. Now switch access VLAN 3. Okay. VLAN 3 interface will be up, status change, status to up, right? Sure. Now next exit by interface 0/3. Now switch trunk switch mode access. Okay. Now switch access VLAN 3. Now that access port and trunking port, there are two types of switches in this VLAN configuration: manually access and the trunk port. Now, gratefully, and trunk port also configure and verify and ping that verify of the thing. See, uh, verify of the thing. PC1 to PC1 to PC1 0 to 2, PC0 to 2, and that we both are the VLAN are the same switches. So now open PC2 and now ping 192.168.10.4. Now reply has been done. Okay, sure. Reply has been coming out. So now configuration has been done. That now second IPH ping. Now second IPH ping 02. Now 02. 192.168 and 10.2. Now ping 192, sorry, 192.168.10.2. Now let wait, coming request timeout. Now request timeout. Now the result time to out and alert the message received for PC0. This implies that no communication is possible. That no communication is possible between different VLAN. Why insulting and the host throughout VLAN can be achieved and created VLAN the security without a firewall or the router in the layer 2 environment. So now active part 2, now configure. Now active part 2 flow 2, new configure VLAN flow second with us ensure and connectivity in the ensure between two VLAN 2 and VLAN 2 to VLAN 2 and VLAN 2 to VLAN 3. Now, after completed basic VLAN connectivity configuration, this like connected between the switches are the trunking port enable the VLAN information pass between two the switches and trunking port enable VPN VLANs information to pass between the two switches. Now, second floor that open down and going to CLI mode. Now configuration config. Now enable config p. Now VLAN 2. Okay, image HR. Now configuration HR second floor configuration and the second switches and second floor configuration. Now HR name cells edit interface VLAN 2 interface VLAN 2 up. Now edit interface VLAN 3. Okay, VLAN 3 up and down. Okay, so now exit interface fast Ethernet 0/1 switches mode access. Okay, switches access VLAN switches access VLAN. Now VLAN up. Okay, line port in this interface VLAN to change status up. Okay, so now exit interface fast Ethernet 0/2 switches mode access switches access VLAN 3 then up. Now also exit interface fast Ethernet fast Ethernet 0/3. Okay. Now switch mode access. Now switch access VLAN 3. Verify and check. Now again verify and check the ping possible for PC3, which is the name of VLAN before. Configure the trunk access to the switch. Now PC3. Okay, sure. PC3 open. Now configure physically desktop. Okay, so ping 192.168.10.5. Now check. So reply has been coming out. Reply has been coming out. Then assign the trunk port in this link in the switch in first floor. First floor. So open. first floor. Now exit config the config the and interface regioning fast Ethernet 0/23 dash 24. Switch mode trunk. Switch mode trunk up. Now configure switch mode trunk up and use switch trunk allowed VLAN. Enter. In Cisco switches, in if the trunking applied on the end, the port in the other auto and dynamically assigned to trunk port. The interface now use command and show the interface and trunk command will be display the trunk enable and port and the switches. Now exit so so interface. The show interface command will be display in this method and applies all port and just show for the display trunking port on 24 port and 23 port. Trunking port is on. Trunking port is on. 23 and 24 port is on. Mode on. Now can show if the interface command will be displaying the mode of the blacks information and show interface first Ethernet 0/23 switches. Yeah, right. Now 23 switches port enable and administrator mode trunking about the all information showing. Now more disable. Now trunking port is on. Negativity of the trunking port is on. Now is more switching. Let's be verify in the whether PC3 and we can reach the for PC0. We can verify PC0 and PC3. PC3 and PC0. Verify in this same VLAN locate the second floor. Locate the second floor. So now that verify whether verify PC3 to PC0. Now PC3 up to down. Now, after the completed basic configuration or connectivity configuration that linked connectivity to switches or the trunking port enable that information pass out between two switches and second flow. So we have going to let's go and verify and PC0. PC3 can be reachable, and for the PC0, that in the same VLAN and local floor and local and second floor. So now open 3PC. Now ping 192.168 uh, 10.5. Now connectivity is done, communicated and done, and that uh, IP config. Now the IP config is that we showing in the system. So now then PC0 and PC3 and PC0. Now this usage has been ping out. PING ping 92.9 uh, 68.10.5. Connectivity has been done. How? It's out understanding, no doubt. Then included in verification PC0 into PC3 reachable in the same VLAN. Now introduction Introduction to virtual VLAN has been done. I hope आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो प्लीज लाइक सब्सक्राइब फॉर द चैनल द टेक्निकल बॉय दिल्ली एंड शेयर दिस वीडियो. प्लीज सपोर्ट हिम गाइस. एंड ऐसे अमेजिंग इफेक्ट देखने के लिए नाउ channel has been subscriber for this your hand. Please supported me and my channel. वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो कमेंट करें.